पुढे नको जाऊया.
पुढे नको बाबा. मी नीचे लागते काय.
एक सेकंड. मैम लुक हियर मैम. मैम यहाँ पे मैम ये मैम 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 लुक हियर मैम. मैम लुक हियर. करीना मैम यो. मैम सेंटर. मैम ये लेफ्ट. थैंक यू. पीछे तक काट मत. यहाँ पर नहीं देखिए.
Good evening, everybody, and I would like to welcome our celebrity and actress this evening, Kareena, Richa, our author, and of course we all know Shekhar. Welcome to Tidal Waves. I'll just take 2 minutes to introduce Tidal Waves and what it all stands for. Essentially, the difference between Tidal Waves and other bookstores is that this is not a store where we have created to sell and trade in books. This is a store that we have created to imbibe some values and to share knowledge and to provide books, but we only stock 16,000 books. And because of which we need to actually select our books very well. We also have a lot of open mic nights here. We have the demo authors who come and do book readings. We also encourage NGOs to come and talk at Tidal Waves on various platforms. A bookstore of this size commercially is not a viable proposition unless it stands for certain values. We don't make money out of the store by selling books, but more out of what we build with the values and the knowledge sharing. We also have an event area in the -1, which we use for workshops on Indian classical workshops. We also do jazz workshops in the -1 area, where we encourage musicians to also come and share their knowledge. In fact, the Rock School of Music is also going to hold all the exams in the -1 area of Tidal Waves. So without taking much ado, I will now ask Mayank to take over the mic and introduce both Richa to you. I'm sure you all know about her. And to talk on the book that Kareena is about to launch this evening. So thank you and welcome to Tidal Waves. Over to Mayank.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Kareena Kapoor, Richa Lakhiran, the author. And I think it's time that we launch the book and then we'll go on to a discussion on the book, on entertainment journalism, on paparazzi journalism, on journalism per se. So it should be, yeah, I mean, I don't think Kareena needs an introduction. And Richa this is her first book. She's been entertainment journalist with the top news stations in India for the past 12 years. I read the book and it's a lot of fun. Quite heavily recommend, especially for those who kind of want to know exactly what goes behind the scenes of what you see on television, which gets passed off as news, but it's really not. It's entertainment in the same way that movies are to some extent. So I think it's time we launch the book, as it were. I don't know, we're supposed to press something and something that's launched. Is it?
So they get a nice picture of the author. A signed copy. Oh God. Are there diamonds in this? Can you open it? Sorry, I can't find the only diamonds in this.
Yes. Yeah. Kareena ji.
Are you nervous or happy? I'm fine.
Okay, before we open the house for questions from the media, as it were, I think it's only fair. This book is about television journalism and it's about stars, movie stars. And I think it could have had a better setting than this because we have a movie star and we have all the television media here, and that's precisely what the book is. And the most idiotic thing I find about TV news is one question that everybody asks is, "Aapko kaisa lag raha hai?" I think that's a question that I should ask Richa. How do you feel?
I'm feeling fantastic. I'd like to, of course, thank Kareena for being here. She's always had this wonderfully frank relationship with the media for a long, long time. So I'd like to thank a special thanks to Kareena Kapoor Khan, who is without doubt one of the most supremely talented and incredibly gorgeous superstar of the Hindi film industry. And we would all agree that we've had a fantastic, sort of a very frank relationship with her. I guess I feel great. It's my first book, and I want to thank everyone for being here. Yes.
Right? Why did you choose to call the book Garbage Beat? I mean, it's a pejorative. Why would your beat be called Garbage Beat?
I don't feel it. Actually, since you asked that question, if I could give it an alternative name, I would probably call it the Big Buck Beat. It is Big Buck reportage. That's where it's really heading. Because all over the world, if you see, showbiz reportage, entertainment reportage is a multi-million-dollar industry. In India, we are just getting there, right? We just started. We've taken the baby steps. 10 years back, there was nothing like this. I mean, it actually all started with Night Out. Anisha Baid's Night Out. It's really, Anisha, later on I'd really request you to maybe say a couple of words and tell us about, what do you think of the Garbage Beat? But, that really sort of changed it all. Advertisers woke up to the 11:30 p.m. band. It started spending big money and people started feeling, yes, you can earn. My point is this though, that why did I call it Garbage Beat? I did not call it Garbage Beat. I don't think it's a Garbage Beat. I'm very happy in my skin being a Bollywood reporter, an entertainment reporter. Lena doesn't feel, who's the main protagonist of the book, she doesn't feel it's the Garbage Beat. It's just the tag which is hurled at her. Here, ye to entertainment hai. De do 1 minute. I'm sure all of us have gone through that sort of thing. I mean, you spend your whole days sort of, pursuing your stars, getting your exclusives. But finally, when you get with your whole sexy story and veil of a story to the newsroom, it could be a zit in this whole ecosystem of news, where terribly important things are happening every day of incredible consequence. So, entertainment kidhar fit hota? Where does it really fit? That used to sort of bother me. Also, I won't take the name of the person, but I was actually told this, Richa, that news is like food. So you have political journalism, political journalists, that's the main food, that's the essential food. You have sports and business, which would be the health food. And then you have, burger and pizza and coke, spicy and tasty and everything, but doesn't give you real nutrition. That is your beat. That is entertainment beat. It doesn't give you any real nutrition. Of course, I told him at that time that one man's garbage could be another man's food. But it's sort of, that's where it really comes from.
Yeah. You've been reporting on entertainment for about 12 years now, which is roughly the number of years that Kareena, you've been an actor in Bollywood. What I find interesting, what is of interest, of course, is that while you are from a family that's been in show business forever, right? The 4th generation. So you've seen your father, then you've seen your uncles, before that you've seen the generation before that. How has their life changed, and how has your life changed in the past few years, given that entertainment as journalism has really grown leaps and bounds. For instance, I'm sure when you were starting out, for that matter, your sister, right? So you would have friends who are journalists. You would share gossip. You would talk about your co-stars. Can you not do that anymore because there's just too many of us now?
Obviously, firstly, I'd like to congratulate Richard for such a wonderful topic, which, normally books are always about the stars, what they did, whether it's an autobiography about their life, their struggle, their emotional upheaval, कि movie star की जिंदगी कैसे जी जाती है. Those books are boring because nobody really wants to know, because who knows if it's the truth or not. But to know about somebody who's actually even makes the stars, because every star wants to be heard, everyone wants to give an interview, but nobody knows about the struggle that the interviewer actually goes through. So I'm really happy that you've come out with this book. And coming back to Mayank's question, 12 years back, there used to be limited number of, channels, TV reporting, even magazines. Tabloids were not even there. I think there was just one film daily, which was the Screen Weekly that used to come. My only regret and my only answer to this question would be that today there is no relationship left between a journalist and a star. Because there are 25 channels, there are 25 tabloids, there are 25 magazines. Every star is on a cover of a magazine. It's no big deal to be, on a cover. I miss a relationship like how I've had. I've had built relationships with 2-3 journalists who are now writers of my own movies. And we would chat over an interview, and the interview would not happen. We would just be chatting. He'd get to know the kind of person I am, and he would write that out. But I think today there's no time. Nobody has time. There are parties, everybody just wants a bite. Please, ये कह दो क्या हो रहा है, कहाँ जा रहे हैं आप holiday के लिए? अरे मगर उससे क्या लेना देना bite? Nobody wants to know what I really am. Gone are the days where probably me and there was a journalist for G Magazine, Ryan Stephen, and we would sit and talk for hours over coffee in Film City and Filmistan. And he would be like, no, I've figured out what kind of girl you are. I know what to write in my interview. And it would be beautiful. We would talk about so many other things apart from even other movie stars. Right. But like I said, today I don't think even the journalist or the interviewer has time to sit and talk to me. And also that value is not there anymore because I guess 25 journalists, 25 channels, who can you trust? It's pretty crazy. So Garbage Beat is actually quite a fun title because so many people today, we don't know whether it is garbage or whether it's not. We really don't know. But I'm happy that she's written a book where you can actually open up and read her side of the story on what it's like to be a journalist and get an interview of a star. But I wish we would have more of a relationship rather than just wanting to know where me and Saif are going on a honeymoon.
Take us through the life of journalism, because that's really what the book is about, in the sense of while the title kind of says it all, is it really hard or at some level humiliating to be always in a hustle? You are a journalist, but you get treated. I know why you're doing it because you also enjoy it, but can it hurt you at some point? That's pretty much what your life is.
Right, sure. Let me first say one thing, that I am pretty happy in my skill of an entertainment reporter. I'm very happy. I think that no other profession would be as encouraging, as tolerant, allows us to be as irreverent, as liberal as this profession, right? Having said that, it's a war zone. We all know it's a war. Why? Over the last 10 years, lots has changed. Let's just say, the demand for entertainment reportage, entertainment news for every segment has increased, has gone through the roof. And so the clock is always ticking. It's always ticking, right? Your stories need to reach your editor in time for every bulletin, so the clock is always ticking. You really need to be on air first, married and published, right? So that's there always at the back of your mind. But there are certain other things which all of us know have changed in the last 10 years. I'd say that the sort of skills which you now require to go through this whole logistic nightmare of getting your exclusives, etc., getting your story on air, that has really become very, very, what should I say, it's become very, very tough. It's a nightmare now. Because you, need to not be scared of getting your hands dirty, right? I mean,
When you wake up in the morning, you think, what have they reported about me today? When you pick up, I don't know, Midday or Mumbai Mirror, it's like, what is it that you're going to be reading about yourself that may or may not be true, but is that always a fear of, because there's a lot of rumor mongering, there's a lot of gossiping, there's a lot of non-corroboration of truth, because 90% of the reporters actually can't even get access to you, but they still have to file some story. Are you scared of what it is that they write about you on any given day when you wake up?
It's sad that, we're not scared about our own life, and there's such bigger issues happening in our country, but stars today are worried about कि आज क्या लिखा है इसमें हमारे बारे में. I mean, there's so many other things happening in the world, in our country. I mean, I guess we're not allowed to even think in any other way. But I obviously can only speak for myself. I'm lucky I come from a film family, so I've kind of trained in my mind that either I don't read it, and if I'm tempted to read it, I just have to just enjoy it and be like, oh my God, this is kind of news to me as well. And most of the time it is that. But like I said, that everybody's doing their job. I'm doing my job. My job is to act, and like Richa's job is that she enjoys being, like she said, she's comfortable in being an entertainment reporter. So everyone is doing their bit. I understand that completely, and I respect that. But it's just really sad that the interest of the reader is just about what the private lives of movie stars are. So it just makes me sad that this is what the interest level of our country has come to. Is this what it is? So I really don't know who to blame, because eventually everyone's turning to the Bollywood entertainment page, I mean, even when I've seen on a flight, a businessman who's sitting right next to me on the opposite aisle, if you just kind of look back to even see, you'll know that he's definitely reading an article about, an actress or an actor. So I mean, what can you do?
So you really don't search yourself on Google once in a while to check how many...
No, actually no, I would be lying if I say that I don't Google myself. But now it's like I Google more for fun.
Right.
But now that I'm really excited and happy that now I'm going away for 3 weeks, so I don't want to know. I told everyone, don't tell me what's being reported. I don't want to know. But I have to say that if it's not being reported and if stars are not being talked about, then there's something.
That'll worry you more, is it?
That'll worry. I have a feeling that that all stars would get a little bit worried. Why they're not talking about us? So I guess that's where the PR articles and everything come in. But it's very difficult to keep up. It's tiring and exhausting. It's more tiring keeping up with PR than even playing the part in the film and performing it in the movie. So it's extremely tiring.
I know that it's fun that you would read about yourself, but there was a point in your career where you took one of the newspapers in Bombay to court for 20 crore, 10 crore, for defamation suit. Obviously, you weren't having fun reading what you did.
No, of course.
Right? So it can go on the other side too. You can get very pissed off with invasion of privacy, as it were, where this is not a public interest, but certainly something that people are interested in. But it's not a public interest. There's no reason why.
But nothing really happened. So now after that, I think I just learned my lesson.
Yeah.
I mean, but of course there should be boundaries.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing that is the sad part. Also, is that I think there are just no boundaries anymore. So I don't know, but I don't know because I guess, like I said, is it the reader? Is it the reporting? What is it? Because I mean, the entertainment industry and the entertainment reporting industry, I mean, I would like to credit them with a little bit that they are responsible people also. So obviously they're catering to this kind of stuff because they obviously know it's going to be read and picked up. Otherwise, why would they be doing it? So, I mean, I would want to, just say that is it the reader, is it what is, I mean, I don't know. I think that people want to read this. That's why this kind of reporting. Anisha's Night Out is more watched than, I don't know, like anybody else's, right? I mean, I don't think anybody's watching the news what's happening and in the city. Nobody wants to know. But they want to know which party, which actor has gone to, which premiere is happening, who's walking the red carpet. So I guess that, you guys would know, I'm sure the TRPs of all these entertainment shows are quite high up. That's what I get to hear.
Tell me, Richa, given that it's really about the numbers, the ratings, the number of people viewing the shows, how soul destroying can it be for you to
be prejudiced? My point is, I'm just giving a perspective here, right? I'm giving a perspective, and I know. And besides, there's always an editorial policy for different channels. Perhaps maybe sometimes a star may say something which may put his life or maybe reputation in jeopardy. So certain channels would really play it up and loop it, and for all the tamasha you get. Certain channels will not. So that is also a personal call, which you cannot sort of editorialize that sort of a thing. If I've answered your question.
Yeah, kind of, you have. But the other thing is, given...
Well, I don't remember the last time that I actually did that. To be fair to the media is also that I think we've had a very free-flowing, comfortable relationship most of the time. Because I think I've been as honest as an actor can be. I've always been open about my life, and I think the only way to come across is, frank, open, honest, true to yourself and your profession, and I think the media really, really respects that. So in that way, I think we've had a very, it's been a smooth journey the last couple of years, 5-6 years. So I wouldn't want to say that I've ever called up someone and yelled and done that.
Never?
I'm sure when I was much younger, but now it's also like, what do I say? It's fine. And sometimes we like to read it as well. I like to see what Angelina Jolie is doing sometimes, but I also like the reporting that they do on the fact that she does so much work for UNICEF. They have programs and talk to her on, what she actually is as a person. So there is that side to journalism abroad, which I also wish that, we would incorporate a little bit more. But like you said, we are kind of moving towards the West. We love to hate the West. So I hope that we can do that at some point in time, not just the regular kind of, gossip reporting. A little bit more also on what, kind of person the actor is. Because a lot to do with the media is the way our fans know us also, And that comes across only in an interview, but not many people know this. It's the interviewer that is the most important. The interviewer has to bring out the best in an actor. It's the kind of questions that are asked that the way an actor can answer it, And that is, that's why some interviews will just be really spectacular. And some interviews will just be like blah, because obviously we're running out of time, we can't really talk. And that's what probably the book is also about, where you've written that, we're running for an exclusive, we're getting 1 minute. Now in 1 minute, how much is the actor going to say? Apart from the fact that I played a really different role and it's a great movie and it's releasing on so-and-so date. How much more can you get to know me as a person? So I hope in some way we can incorporate a little bit more on what the actor really is and what he really wants.
But there are some more questions which hopefully will be asked now.
Okay.
What do you think the first question is going to be?
When I'm leaving for my holiday and where my honeymoon is, then please don't ask me that because I'm not going to tell you. And where is Seth right now? He's sleeping at home. So what else? Talk to me about a little something more interesting. Make me sound interesting to my fans so that you ask me something fun. But serious.
Kareena, you're actually looking gorgeous. We thought that maybe you'd be a theme part, wear some short clothes where you're looking amazing. Who's designed this like a heroine of star, but you're looking so traditional. Who has designed that?
Exactly.
Okay, so exactly. This is working for my serious image that I'm trying to create me and my PR team, but and not this diva image. But yes, it's. I also like. I thought that it's traditional because I like traditional, and people would expect that like you said, to be in a dress, but. I'm comfortable like this.
You're looking Kareena out like Bebo.
See, there in your mind, there are already two separate people, right? You guys have already decided there's Bebo who's the diva and there's Kareena who's this Indian girl. No, it's all me, but I'm coming back to who I'm wearing. It's a dear friend also, her name is Shaila Khan.
Oh, okay. And do you believe for a woman, like pen is mightier than the makeup?
Well, of course, the pen, that is a good saying, but when the pen can get away with murder, so, and the stars really don't have much to do, but like I said, the pen also writes sometimes what the stars say. So, if your pen asks me an interesting question, it can also move into a very, very great interview sometimes, and that will give you a lot of respect. And a lot of respect to me as well, and maybe we have a great relationship. That's what I'm talking about, media, a journalist and a star. The pen can lead to an everlasting relationship, which not many people understand here.
Kareena, you're going to be this side in one of your films, you're going to play a juror. So how much inspiration are you going to take from like these people,
I'm going to definitely take the inspiration.
Which you're playing a journalist
in Satyagraha. But I'm not going to ask, questions to Ajay Devgan like, what are you wearing and which party are you going to tonight? Which is also fun to answer, guys. But I think I'm going to take inspiration from all of you. Just, like Richa had said, that the aggression, the drive, just the energy that all of you guys have, that, I need to get this answer. And I'll do anything for it, backstage, front stage, parties, premieres. Like standing out in the rain. It is a tough job that you all do as well. And sometimes we are a little harsh, But, so I'm going to take a little bit of your grit, but not the questions.
I am Deepak Namigram Lakshmani Pravitra of Bombay Journalist Association Print and Electronic Media. There are two questions, one for Rita ji and one for Madam.
Me first, alright.
This happens to be your first book. What was the biggest inspiration which made you write this book?
I'd say
my biggest inspiration.
Right. I'd say my 10 years in this field, my friend.
Regarding you, your personal life, your professional life. One report which, maybe where you open the paper and you were like, that's really bizarre.
We know that one.
Which one?
2005, Midday. She sued Midday for 10 crore. And
she can
another
answer
one.
that question, yeah.
No, right now I don't even remember anything that's bizarre. Because, anything. It's PR, everything is also PR driven. You don't know what is true, what is not true.
But you know what's true.
I know what's true.
So
what's true is that I'm having fun talking to you guys here right now.
But anything which you
and
know
having
is
this
not
discussion.
true and it's still printed. A very bizarre.
Maybe about someone else, maybe not about you. When you read that's ridiculous.
But I don't know about someone else if that's true or not. But I can't even remember because every day there's something, yeah. So till I don't, but I want to say that obviously till I don't say it, I don't think people should believe it.
That's difficult part because we don't get an interview with you. The PR.
But now we're chatting, we're having a kind of a free-meaning chat, which is so much more fun, I think, than an interview. It's quite nice because you get to know exactly, my likes, dislikes, what I like. Sometimes even an interview just sitting and, asking that particular question can get boring.
Yeah.
So I think this is more fun also.
Kareena, just like you said, the interviewer should be really, quirky kind of thing. He should be the one. He is the star in an interview.
Yeah, of course.
So, if you would be given a chance to interview Salman Khan, so what would be your questions to Salman Khan?
Like right now, no, मुझे कोई interest नहीं है. I don't, but I never really thought about that. I think Salman has some golden qualities which he doesn't really talk about. And probably that's why, because maybe nobody's really asked him questions. It's always been controversies, controversies and trying to, push him as that image. And maybe that's why Salman's always been this kind of actor who's never really clarified anything. And I think that's why the nation just loves him.
And Kareena, since you're playing a journalist in Satyagraha, like a lot of people they do a lot of that, like homework. Would you want to be around like this place and sometimes see what is it to sit here and interview a star?
I am. I see this all the time. Yola,
And would you like
part of
hide
my
your
home
face
now.
and sit here and sometimes interview a star here? How is it?
No.
Okay, I think we'll have to wrap this up because this can go on forever.
Just a second,
Yeah.
because since Kareena also mentioned about Anisha and her night out really did start this in a big way, can I just request you to just come and say a few words?
Hello, sorry, I didn't catch the party, sorry guys. Sorry, hi. Okay, I'm actually not quite sure what to say, except that it's actually a very proud moment for me to sort of see Richa sitting here with the book out, to see Kareena being nice enough to come out and launch that book and talk in such a candid, freewheeling way. Richa, I think, joined the Night Out team 3 weeks before I think we went on air. I did not know quite what to make of her when she first joined, I will admit that.
And honestly, most of us don't really want to be mean.
Yeah, no,
We like to,
absolutely.
yeah.
Those were very happy days. There
Those
was-
were, I
yeah.
know.
I think that's exactly what you were talking about, like that time before that was sort of mad crash, and there was sort of, if not relationships, like just a nice rapport, like space for
No, if I
conversation.
didn't really respect Richa and the journalism world as much as I do, I wouldn't have agreed to even be a part of this chat because it's a Sunday. I'm tired. I was at Imran's party. Mayank knows that. We had a wonderful time, but I'm just happy that I actually woke up, dressed up, and came in front of all of you all, and we had a nice chat, and I launched Richa's book. So that's what I'm saying. We should have a kind of mutual respect for each other.
Kareena, would you ever
I think
look forward to
I hope the book does well.
बच्चों एक्सक्यूज मी एक फोटो ले लेते हम एक्सक्यूज मी एक फोटो एक्सक्यूज मी करीना एक फोटो करीना जी एक्सक्यूज मी एक फोटो करीना जी फोटो पीछे से हट जाओ करिए थोड़ा थोड़ा भाई मैम ये राइट सेंटर मैम मैम सेंटर थैंक यू चलो हटो
Normally books are always about actors and their journeys, but I think for the first time a journalist has decided to write about what her 12 years has been like, and standing behind waiting for this bite, which you guys are. So I think I have a quite peaceful relationship with the media, even though obviously there's always more about the personal life. But the fact that I think I respect them in some way, I've decided to come and launch Richa's book, and obviously I wish her all the best.
Kareena, one last question about Sachin Tendulkar, as he has retired from one-day cricket. So, what do you have to say about that?
Have you been of course. I mean, I think he is one of the living legends, and we will miss him on the field. But I think to us, he'll always be the 100th Sachin.
One more question.